We're doing these programs. I'll tell you the context why we're doing. Then I'll introduce today's moderator. She is Dr. Sanjukta Subudhi. I'll introduce. Then she will tell you about today's panel discussion, about the speakers, what we'll cover today. She will tell. Then we'll have a question answer session. Then she will sum it up. Then there will be some announcements from our society. Then there will be a vote of thanks. After that, we'll have a lovely cultural program by Swapna Patro. So she will be introduced, and then she will take over, and she's a wonderful artist. She will sing some Odia song, Telugu song, Hindi songs. So that is the last part of it. So with that, I'll welcome Srinivas Kotni. He is the president of Delhi NCR to give the welcome address. Thank you. Change the slides, Nagaraj. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. GP Rao. And I would like to welcome you all to our next edition of Careers and Opportunities. This time, the subject we are taking up is stock and mutual funds, because we all are investors in some way or the other. We come from a trading and investing community. So finance runs in our bloods. So, however, personal finance is a challenging thing for all of us, because with the ups and downs in the market, certain technical terms like inflation, etc. I mean, what is meant by securities? I mean, on legality, there's much. But apart from that, on practicality also, we need to know how to invest yourself in a better manner, which has got a right mix of mutual funds, stock, gold, shares, and other kinds of investments, real estate, etc. So therefore, we thought that the careers in these fields are evergreen. So we have illustrious speakers today, and I would hand over from here to GP Rao sir to introduce the speakers and take on the program. I'll again welcome you all.
Thank you, Srinivas Kotni. To namaskar to all our KVS members from different parts of our country. We started this series keeping in view our students and young people to which careers to choose, where to study. If you're already working, how to build your career. That's how we started. We covered IT, ITES, finance, healthcare, pharma. So today we are covering the stock market and the mutual fund. So what are the jobs available and how do you make money? So all that the speakers will tell. So this is a series will continue. So maybe next time we'll talk about some other subject. So that's how we do. And some people cannot come for the Zoom meeting for different reasons. What we always do is we'll record the session. Now recording is going on. The recorded version we'll put up into the WhatsApp groups and social media so that you can refer to the recording later. With that, I will today, and every time we also have a moderator for every session. And today's moderator is Dr. Sanjukta Subudhi. She's also our executive committee member. So can you put her slide? Yeah. So Dr. Sanjukta, I'm happy to introduce you. Dr. Sanjukta is a senior scientist and a group leader, microbial, biofuels and biochemical at TERI. A very, very senior person in this organization. She's a 25 years experience. She's a postdoctorate in biotechnology from National Science and Technology Development Agency, Thailand. She holds a doctorate from University of Delhi. She is a master in philosophy from Berhampur. So people from Berhampur can relate to her. She is masters in science, plant psychology, and biochemistry from Berhampur again. She is a bachelor of science. She is product of Berhampur, and Dr. Sanjukta is a very respected scientist in TERI. So we have requested her to moderate. So many people ask me, how can a scientist will talk about mutual funds? Because these two subjects like stocks and mutual fund, lot of science behind it. So it's not only an art. So she will get the best out of the speakers today. So this is integrating science, technology, and money today that will happen. Over to Dr. Sanjukta, it's all yours. Yes. You unmute yourself, Dr. Sanjukta. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir, for such a nice introduction. So very good afternoon to the President, GP Rao, sir, the entire committee members, our esteemed speakers, our audience. A very good afternoon to all. Rightly said that the topic of today, the finance sector, is one of the very important sectors. One, in terms of finance, is an area which is an integral part of each sector. Whether we talk of research, whether we talk of pharma, whether we talk of medical, whether we talk of IT, without finance, it is absolutely not possible to grow in any sector. So as you can see rightly, that I am being a scientist moderating this session, that means we can see the finance, the domain is of a broad spectrum domain, which is of interest to all of us. Of course, we all know that investing in stock market and mutual fund is one of the good option in terms of financial money making. But the way how to invest and how to assess the risk and what are those times and how to assess the industries or the sectors, it is very much essential for us to understand these details. So to clarify these aspects, we have with us two esteemed speakers. So before moving on to the speakers, I will briefly introduce about their expertise, about their experience, and eventually will be taking up with their presentations. And after the presentations, we will take the question and answers, and we would request the audience to post their questions in the chat box, and make it sure that you also mention the name of the speaker to whom you are raising your question, and also mention your name. Apart from that, you can also raise your hand to raise your queries, but we prefer to post your queries in the chat box so that we can maintain the time as scheduled. So can you please move on to the next slide, please? So in our series, Mr. Ravi Kumar will be speaking on the subject on the stock markets. So initially, he will be briefing us about the career opportunities in this finance sector, especially in the stock markets, and also he will be updating us about the requirements, educational or qualification requirements to enter into this sector, to find career in this sector, and eventually he will be presenting about the options, the investment opportunities, how to create the wealth and how to prevent the risk in this sector in terms of investment. So to
Dr.
introduce...
Subudhi, Dr. Subudhi, before you go to next speaker, can I request Mr. Ravi Kumar to switch on his video so that I can spotlight him? Mr. Ravi Kumar, CA Ravi Kumar.
Ravi Kumar ji, are you there? Please switch on your video, please.
Ravi Kumar Korada.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes,
Rao
sir.
Garu.
Yeah.
Good evening, Dr. Sanjukta ji.
Sir, I am putting you on a spotlight. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Proceed. Be there.
Okay. So to introduce Mr. Ravi Kumar, by profession, he is a chartered accountant. He is the co-founder and working as a director in Melior Asset Reconstruction Company Limited. The head office of this company is housed in Visakhapatnam. Apart from that, they have their branches in different cities, including Bangalore and other cities as well. He has more than 25 years of experience in the subject, and his responsibility, or he has contributed towards the enforcement of security interest for banks, and he is also involved with the evaluation of the business of propositions and overseas operations at Merck in this company. So
can we also request Mrityunjay Rao to switch on his video.
So our next speaker is Mr. Mrityunjay Rao. As you can see, the topic of today highlights on stock options and mutual fund. So Ravi Kumar ji will be speaking us or give us the learnings for the stock options. Our second speaker, Mr. Mrityunjay Rao ji, will be updating us about the opportunities in the mutual fund sector. He is also a subject expert in this domain, and he has more than 21 years of experience He's a certified with the National Institute of Securities Market and Data. He has also helped a lot of investors in terms of the wealth creation in fulfilling their life goals, including for the retirement fund, for child education, kids marriage. He is a graduate in science from ABN College, Visakhapatnam. So please join with me in welcoming both of our esteemed speakers. So after this, we will be moving to Mr. Ravi Kumarji. So the platform is yours, Ravi Kumarji. You have 15 minutes to speak on. And after that, we will be moving to the second speaker. And at the end of both the talks, we will be taking the question and answers. So over to you, Ravi Kumarji.
Sanjukta ma'am, please confirm that slides are visible. Mr. Ravi Kumarji slides are visible.
Are you able to see this? Is this slide visual to you?
No,
and
no.
the audience?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So may I request all to please mute your mic?
Nagaraju will mute them, don't worry.
Yeah. Over to you, Ravi Kumarji. Yeah.
He'll take it.
Yeah.
Ravi Kumar.
Good evening. Good evening, President.
Can you
Vice
switch on
President.
your video, sir, Ravi Kumarji? Yes, now we can speak.
And also, sir, let us know when you want your next slide so that we can indicate. You can just indicate next slide so we can move on to that.
Yeah. Good evening, President, Vice President, Secretary, Joint Secretary, Swapna Patro, Dr Rao Garu, and all the audience. Good evening to one and all. It is my privilege and pride to speak to all of you on the subject of stock market. First, I will be touching upon opportunities, career opportunities, and qualifications required to work in the stock market related jobs. Yes, madam.
No, sir, you please tell Nagaraju, he changing the slides. Just address to Nagaraju.
Sir,
Just indicate, move on to next, we will move.
I am following up with him. Okay.
Okay, so let there not be a confusion. Just tell Nagaraju, he will do it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the basic qualification required to work in this relevant field would be a chartered accountant, CFA, MBA Finance, Masters in Finance and Investment, either from UK or US. Preferably MBA Finance with subjects like business analytics would be more useful. So this is the basic knowledge required, who can understand the balance sheet, financials, etc. So that will be useful for this particular job. And the job opportunities are, you can work as portfolio manager, equity research analyst, fund manager in BSc, NSC, in stock brokers like Kotak Securities, HDFC Securities, ICICI Securities, Angel Broking, Zerodha, etc. And you can work in any mutual fund companies as a fund manager. Even a lot of corporates, they invest into stocks. Like Life Insurance Corporation of India is one of the biggest investors in stocks. Similarly, many corporates, they will have a investment department and they make huge investments in stocks. FIIs, foreign institutional investors, they invest into stocks. Rating agencies, they also need this particular expertise in this particular line of activity. Rating agencies like ICRA, BRICS, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. These are all the organizations in which one can work with the expertise in stock market. Yeah, next. Investment into stocks involves lot of risk. So before taking any key decisions to invest in stock markets, one should have the basic knowledge about the stock market, what are the risks involved, and what is the strategy he should have to minimize the risk. Bringing the risk to zero may not be possible, but bringing the risk as minimum as possible. In stock market, one can be super rich or one can be bankrupt also. So the stock market movements cannot be predicted with 100% accuracy by anyone. It's very, very difficult. The stock market moves just like a fully drunken man walks on a street. Which side it will bend, nobody knows. Whether it is southwards or northwards, for what reason, nobody knows. So the basic concept like BSc, NSC, one can buy and sell shares of different companies in Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. These are the two exchanges where we can buy and sell shares. The Bombay Stock Exchange was started in the year 1979 with a base value of 100. So now it is 5,000. There is an increase by 500 times in 42 years. Bombay Stock Exchange, I mean Sensex. Sensex, which comprises of 30 stocks from different sectors. From different sectors like pharma, IT, auto sector, FMCG, finance, banking. So the stocks from different sectors are selected based on their past performance in terms of the profitability, in terms of the growth for several years. And thus that selection will be done by the stock market regulator, SEBI. So at this moment, now in Sensex, we have 30 stocks. These stocks are also called frontline stocks because they have performed very well during past decades, past several decades. Similarly, in NSE, there is Nifty 50. In the same way, 50 stocks. In the same way, 50 stocks from different sectors are selected and put in under Nifty 50. BSc, Nifty 50 and Sensex are the barometers to know the performance of the various sectors in the stock market. When BSc, NSE goes up, when the BSc and NSE indexes go up, that means performance is very good. Nifty 50 started in the year 1996 with a base points of 1170. 1107. Now it is 17,000. So there is an increase of 16 times in 25 years. So it's a good rise. Even these stocks are also brought into Nifty based on the criteria, whatever I have discussed for Sensex in the same way. And there are so many other stocks which are not in BSc and which are not included in Nifty 50 and Sensex, but still they are traded in BSc and NSE. So during this particular period, the Sensex and Nifty has gone up, but during this particular period, many companies even they have got increased by more than 500 times also. And some companies, they become bankrupt also. So that means it's not that all the companies will go up. The share price of all the companies may not go up. So this is one thing. Then other basic things like market cap. One should understand about the market capitalization. Market capitalization is the number of outstanding shares in a company into the current market price. That is the market capitalization of a company. There are small cap companies, mid cap companies, large cap companies. Where the market capitalization is up to 5,000 crore, it is called a small cap company. Where the market capitalization is 5 to 20,000 crores, it is mid cap company. Where the market cap is between 20,000 crores and above, 20,000 crores and above, it is called a large cap company. The risk and return is high in small cap companies. Then and so on. The risk and return are low in large cap companies. So in mid cap companies, it will be moderate risk and moderate return. Persons with very good knowledge in the stock market, they can invest in small cap and more in small cap and mid cap, less in large cap, and vice versa. So other important aspect what we have to understand is cyclicals and defensive stocks.
Mr. Ravi Kumar, Mr. Ravi Kumar, this is GP Rao. You have to tell Nagaraju to change the slides. The slides have not changed, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
There are the way we have Sensex and Nifty, we have index for other sectors also, like Nifty Pharma, Nifty IT, Nifty Bank, Nifty Auto, Nifty FMCG. Again, we have Nifty Small Cap, Nifty Large Cap, Nifty Mid Cap. So they will indicate the performance of the sector, different sectors. I have already covered, I think, market capitalization.
Okay. You go to the next slide, Nagaraj.
Cyclicals and defensives. No, in that also we have cyclicals and defensive stocks. Cyclical stocks are those stocks.
Go back. Slide, please go back, Nagaraj. Yeah, sir, you finish this.
Yeah.
Change the slide, then speak kindly, sir. Thank you.
Cyclical stocks are those stocks. These stocks will perform very well when the economy is doing very well. And defensive stocks are quite opposite. Defensive stocks will perform steadily irrespective of the economy. The examples of cyclical stocks are like infrastructure, real estate, banking, IT, FMCG, etc. When the economy is doing very well. Defensive stocks are those stocks like pharma and healthcare. Irrespective of the economy, these stocks will perform very steadily. Intraday and delivery trading. Intraday trading includes buying of stocks.
Should we change the slides, sir? Kindly tell him, no, please.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Now to tell.
Yeah. Let me complete this. Intraday trading involves buying of shares on a particular day and again selling on the same day before the closing of the market hours. So when the market starts or in between any time, one can buy shares and you can put a sale order at a higher price with a stop loss on the lower side. For example, you bought a share of a company for 100 rupees. So you can put a sell order for 105 rupees with a stop loss of 95 rupees. So if it gets triggered at 105 rupees, then you will make a profit. In case it doesn't get triggered at 95 rupees and it falls below 100, at 95 it will get triggered and you have to book a loss. In case in between the transaction doesn't happen, it will neither touch 105 nor touch 95. Then
Ravi
before the
Kumarji,
business hour, yeah.
You have another 10 minutes to go.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
Total 15 minutes you have time.
Oh,
so,
sure. Then I will speed it up then.
Yeah. And you can quickly also indicate us when to move to your next slide.
Yeah. So I will not suggest intraday trading for new investors and investors with little knowledge, or the investors those who do not have proper time at their disposal. So they should better invest in deliveries. So next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So before taking any decision to invest into stock markets, one should understand the risks associated with such investment. Without knowing that if we invest, we may lose our entire investment. So under this, there are some macro factors like government and government policies. At present, we have a very good stable government at the center, and their reforms are very good. Their support to the business community is very good as per my assessment and my opinion. So that is the reason we have seen very good year of performance during 2021. Now also we have a very good capital budget in the recent budget. So there is a capital budget allocation of 7,50,000 crores. So which is a very big positive. So there is ease of doing business. Recently, one example, government has supported Vodafone Idea, and government has bailed out that company. So government is very good in bringing reforms also. This is a plus point. Then interest rates, both in India and federal. Interest rates in India in 2021 was very, very favorable. Always low interest rate regime is very much favorable for stock market. And high rate interest is not favorable for a stock market. So Federal Reserve also very much important, because foreign institutional investors from United States, they have invested in Indian equity market, very huge amount, some 40 lakh crores. So it is a very huge amount. And during 2021, in India, there was low interest regime, and even in US, during since last 3 years, they have been reducing Federal Reserve rate. 3 years back, it was 2.5. So now it has touched to the rock bottom rate of 0 to 0.25 in 2021, which is very much favorable for stock market. So then comes inflation in India and global. Inflation in India, it was under control. Now there are signs of increasing inflation in India. And in US, the inflation has touched 7.5%, which is the highest in last 4 decades. High inflation is a very much negative to the stock market, and low inflation is very much positive for the stock market. So now there is expectation and there is a prediction by experts that Fed Reserve rate may go up. So that is the reason recently foreign institutional investors are the huge sellers in the stock market. During this particular month of January itself, more than 1 lakh crores they have sold. Then crude oil.
So do you change the slides? You can indicate.
Little bit. Yeah, I will indicate.
You have another 5 minutes to sum up, sir.
Yeah, crude oil price. Crude oil price. Now there is a fear of increasing crude oil price again, which is a negative. So since we are coming out of this pandemic, so crude oil surge may create a problem in the stock market. Similarly, geopolitical factors like sometimes other countries or even India, they may adopt protectionism. So, for example, Donald Trump was adopting protectionism, and he was imposing anti-dumping duty on certain goods, and even he was banning import of certain items and all. In such a situation, export importers will get affected. The next thing is GDP rate. GDP rate, as of now, it is very good and it is a favorable point. And different ratings given by different rating agencies also to be taken into consideration while taking a decision whether stock market will do good or not. Next slide. Government policies, regulations, those things also will affect. And other sector-wise regulations of the government also. Say for example, aviation sector. I don't recommend any investment in aviation sector because it is highly capital intensive, high tax burden. There is no level playing field. Before taking a decision to invest in stocks, if we are able to eliminate some sectors and if we are able to eliminate some stocks, then also it will be good for our decision making purpose. Next slide, please. Company factors, quality of management is very, very important. Say, then business model of the company, then debt of the company.
Sir,
especially
your
during
time is up. You can please sum up within 2 minutes.
Then I will conclude.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, it is already written here. Then I will conclude. So then I in my opinion, I suggest everybody to invest in stock market in such a way that don't fully invest your savings or full wealth. You invest partially, covering all the sectors and covering small cap, mid cap, large cap, and partially you maintain liquid funds also. In the stock market, there are only two possibilities. Either it can come down or it may go up. So if the share prices come down, then you should have money to invest. When the share prices go up, you should have stock to sell. So time to time, you should book profits partially, and also buy stocks on dips. So that is the good way, and be a part of the economic growth of the nation and be a partner in the nation building. So whatever you do will be at your own risk only. You should do your own research. So just be because before others are saying we should not invest. So yeah.
So thank you.
This is my opinion and recommendations. Thank you for the opportunity to Sanjukta ji, GP Rao, and other committee members. And thank you to the audience for the patience hearing. Thank you to one and all.
Thank you. So we'll be moving to our next speaker, Mr. Rao ji, and then at the end we will take the question and answers. I request audience to post their queries in the chat box, please.
President has raised his hand. President has raised the hand.
So we'll take the queries now or at the end?
I just wanted to say it was a nice presentation. If the slides can be shared among the members, it will be helpful.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, Nagaraj-ji, you can share the slides. So over to you, Mr. Rao-ji.
I hope you are able to see the
slides. You can see the slides, no?
Yes.
And you can also indicate when to move to the next slide. And you have total 15 minutes to go. So we'll take the question and answers at the end. You can start. Move to the next slide, please, Nagaraj-ji.
మృత్యుంజయరావు గారు మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నారు, ఆ పాపని పిలవండి.
Hello.
Yes, you go ahead.
Yeah, please start your presentation.
Good evening, President and other members. My pleasure to be here. But then I would like to tell you that Mr. Ravi Kumar made my job very, very, very easy. Most of the points to be covered by me were also covered by him. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, sir. We can able to hear you.
So,
Thank you, Mrityunjay garu.
yeah. So what I want to tell you is, I will just sum it up in a very short while, because at least 60% of what I want to talk, Mr. Ravi Kumar has already talked, has touched the subject. So I will restrict myself to mutual funds. As Mr. Ravi Kumar was telling, there may be a risk or a return in stocks. But here it is not the case. Am I audible?
For audible, kindly look at the slide and you tell Nagaraju when to change the slide. Now the slide is on some burgers. That slide is on. So you want that slide to be there, want to be changed, please tell Nagaraju.
Sure, I will.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, you please change. This is this slide tells us the inflation.
Yeah, now the current slide is what is mutual fund. That is the slide.
Yeah. See, mutual fund, I would like to tell you in a simple way that people invest in many ways, like, real estate, gold, fixed deposits, bonds, etc., etc. So mutual fund is nothing but all these things in one nutshell. One portfolio will have so many things like real estate, gold, etc., etc. So if you buy a stock, if that stock goes up, fine. If that stock goes down, the entire money is gone. That is a stock. In mutual fund, it will have a cushioning. In the fund which we invest, some funds, some of the sectors may do well, some of the sectors may not do well. So there will be a cushioning. The question of we losing in a big way do not arise. That is one factor. The other one is, I'll just give a small story, if allowed. Say, for example, a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, we want to go to Singapore. So in the meantime, the trip was cancelled because of COVID. So the money is lying in the bank. So after 2 or 3 years, that 1 lakh becomes 1,66,000 to 1,09,000. Had this been invested in a mutual fund, it would be around 1,20,000. Reason is, and you have to consider inflation, because if the bank is giving you 4%, you will be losing money at the end of the year. Reason being, the inflation in India is around 7 to 8%. Inflation is nothing but, as you know, the rates go up year on year. So the mutual funds take care of the inflation. And one more thing is, it is being managed by an experienced fund manager. On our behalf, the fund manager does the job. That is another beauty of the mutual fund. And in mutual funds also, we have so many instruments like debt funds, balanced funds, and passive funds. Debt funds are nothing but a fixed deposit, like where you get about 7 to 8% annualized return. And balanced funds, you can expect 9 to 11%. And another thing is passive funds, where you have to look at the time of the market and, keeping the money for long, that is about 5 years. Then only you can put it in the passive funds. It is like this. The fund manager invests all the money, pooled money, and he generates the returns. So what I would like to impress upon you, instead of we managing our own, the industry or the fund manager will take care of the investments and then enhance the returns. So this is
Sir, the slide is on SIP. You want to talk on SIP?
I am coming to that.
Yeah.
See, this is called, we call it as a disciplinary saving. See, month on month, you can put it as systematic investment plan, that is SIP. And SIP normally is being recommended for at least for a period of 5 years. Or suppose someone starting his career at the age of 20, 25 has to invest up to 20, 25 years or so for his retirement plan or for the children's education or for the marriage of the kid. So the convenience of the investment or disciplinary saving is nothing but systematic investment plan. That is my favorite subject. And SIP, I got an award. I am an SIP Samrat. And then after this, hello, sorry.
No, move to the next slide.
Yes, please, madam, next slide, please.
Yeah, next. Sir, you have another 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, no problem.
Next.
Next slide, I'm not able to see.
Is this the one you want to speak now?
Slide is on financial planning, SIP, health insurance, and term insurance. That is the slide.
Yeah. See, one should have a health insurance policy, a term policy, and an SIP. Reason being, see, we earn money and we don't have a health policy. And whenever there is a problem, it costs a lot. So when health policy is there, all these things are being taken care. That's what I mean. Financial planning. One should have a term policy, one should have a health policy, and one should have a SIP. SIP for long term, for retirement or whatever. Next, madam, next slide.
So that was the last
slide. Yeah.
There are no more slides.
Yeah, please.
You can close the slides, Ragraj.
Okay. So this is I have to inform you one thing, that the beauty of a fund goes by the downside risk management of a fund. See, if the market keeps growing and growing and growing, any fund will grow. And when the market falls, the least fall, where it is the intelligence of the fund manager and the asset management company. In the industry, ICICI Prudential is having the best team for the downside risk management, which is very, very, very important. That's all. That's all. And thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mrityunjay. So,
Any questions or?
Yeah, before moving to the question answer session, we will be highlighting a little more about the career opportunities in both the sectors. So now I request Nagaraju to please upload those slides, please.
Yeah, I saw slides are visible now. You can continue.
Yeah, hope it is visible to all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So we have learned in detail about the investment opportunities in both the sectors, in stock trading and the mutual fund sector. So in terms of the career opportunities, any graduate having good Excel skills and banking and record and processing experience, they have the option of getting career in the sector as an associate, mostly for the freshers having 1 or 2 years of experience, and the persons having education in this, who are graduate and have experience in this subject for 2 to 4 years, they have the opportunity to join as a senior associate in operations and support sector. And for the executives and manager grade, of course, the candidate must be having the subject matter expert, having said that, whether in the stock trading, and have more than 3 to 6 years of experience. And for the deputy manager level, the candidate must be having the business analysis course. So what we can see that any graduate who is willing to join as an associate in operations and support, it is not required for them to have graduation in a particular field. Any graduate, they can join as associate, but they are supposed to have the experience in this subject for 1 to 2 years. So next, please. Move to next slide, please. So similarly, in case of banking and capital markets, the graduate candidates having passed out in BCom, the commerce sector, with having the basic knowledge in banking and mutual fund, they have the option to join as a process associate in banking sector. So, and similarly, the graduates having for 1 year of experience in this section, they can join as a customer experience associate in the banking sector. And similarly, in the mutual funds, the candidates having graduate degree, irrespective of the disciplines, they can join as a business development executive, but they are required to have at least 3 to 5 years of experience in this mutual fund sector. And the graduates with Excel expertise, they have the option to join in the field of mutual fund research. Similarly, the masters, especially the MBA, MCom, and MA candidates having, or any candidate having equivalent postgraduate degree from a reputed institution, have the option to join as analysts in these sectors. Move to the next, please. Like I mentioned, in mutual fund sector, the graduates, as you can see here, graduates having degree in any discipline, they have also option to join in the sector of mutual funds, but they must be having the experience of handling this sector, and they can join as a mutual fund executives. Similarly, graduates having little experience, around 1 to 3 years of experience in banking sector, they have the option to enter and join as an associate and as a credit analyst unit in the mutual fund sector. Similarly, graduates having degree in the financial sector, having MBA and PGDM degree, they have the option to choose their career in this sector and can join as a practice support analyst in the client service associate sector. And CA chartered accountants, mostly the freshers, of course, they can have the very good option for the broking operations, to execute the broking operations. And the graduates have also the option to join as a sales executive in this sector. So as you can see that finance is a very broad spectrum domain, and there are very lot more career options are there. graduates, respective of their disciplines in which they have graduated, the degree science, commerce or arts, they have the option provided they are having the requisite experience in the subject mutual funds and stock sectors. So with this, I will be closing this career option update, and we will be moving to the question and answer section. So let me check in the chat box. So we have got one query. She has mentioned to clarify a little more about the defensing stocks. Satish Sindiriji has raised the query. Probably this is the query to Mr. Ravi Kumarji.
Ravi Kumar.
To explain more about the defensive stocks.
Yeah, defensive stocks are those stocks, irrespective of the performance of the economy, these stocks will perform. Like pharma sector, this is like an essential sector. And health sector. So whether the economy is doing well or not, these sectors will do well.
So what are the modes of understanding these details? Would you like to advise them to get them?
Yeah, in the sense, say for example, we can invest in pharma companies, and again covering some large cap, mid cap, small cap with good management. Like we can invest in Cipla, we can invest in Divis Lab, we can invest in Laurus Labs.
But how one can come to know? How one can come to know? Are there any parameters to monitor? These are the companies to go good to go for the investment. Would you like to suggest on that?
Yeah, for that only I was talking about the quality of the management. So the quality of the management is a very example. If I have time, I can give one very good example also with regard to quality of management. So we have seen Titan, and we have seen Geetanjali Gems and Kingfisher Airlines. So both, for example, Geetanjali Gems. Geetanjali Gems was having a very nice business model. They were expanding showrooms across the country like anything. It was very, very excellent. They were spending money and very decent outlets with very good range of products. But all that they were doing with banks' money, not with their own money, and that too without any intention to repay. So that is the quality of management. Ultimately, what happened? That collapsed. Say, for example, Titan. So we know their intentions and we know their track record. They do not have any intention to default. Even if they borrow also, they will repay. So whatever they spend, they will spend cautiously. That is the difference in the management.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So let us move on to the next question. So we have got one query from Dr. Patro. His query is about the investment in stock market is really risky. So, and only an experienced person may feel safe to invest on this sector. So any comment?
Yeah. He is 100% correct only. Investment in stock market, though I said that Sensex and Nifty have performed hundreds of times, but in between a lot of companies collapsed also. Not that every company has performed like that. Even many companies, they have even performed better than Nifty and Sensex also. So
a person without having experience can learn the subject.
A person without having experience should invest with little amount only, and he can go with a systematic investment plan even in the stocks also. So don't put your entire investment in the stock market. So have a diversified portfolio. For even before coming to stock market, if you have some house property and some investment in gold, then some savings, then you come to stock market. If you have an investment available for stock market, an amount of 10 lakhs. So you invest 5 lakhs, and 5 lakhs you maintain cash within the account itself. You buy on every dip and you sell on every rise. See, there are only two possibilities in the stock market. It can fall or it can rise. So if it falls, then you have money to buy. If it rises, you have stock to sell. So you are ready for anything. So, and again, prediction also important. Prediction, I was talking about the quality of the management and the sector. For example, I have given an example. I eliminate the aviation sector altogether because aviation sector doesn't have a proper lobbying also. They don't have a proper level playing field. So they cannot compete with the international airlines. Our taxes are very high. Our interest cost is very high. Our staff cost is very high. So it becomes very difficult. So exceptionally, for example, Indigo is the only one company which has done well so far, but there is no guarantee for the future. So past performance is never a guarantee for the future.
Thank you.
High fuel cost also another major reason. So before investing, we should be able to eliminate some sectors.
Can you take some more questions, Dr. Sanjukta?
Yeah. So another query is from Ram Prasad ji. I think it is already clarified. What all factors really impact the Sensex? So briefly, we want just brief answer.
Okay. Sensex, when the majority of these stocks rise and the cumulative effect of that is more than the fall, then Sensex will rise. It is the performance of the stocks which are included in the Sensex. In the Sensex, there are 30 stocks included. In the Nifty, there are 50 stocks included. Like that, there are other sectors also. Yeah.
Okay. So moving to the next question, this is for Mrityunjay Rao ji. So the question is from Ram Prasad again. Which is the best option to invest for short-term investment? Over to you, Mr. Mrityunjay ji.
Unmute.
Are you there?
No, he has to unmute. He's there,
yeah.
But he's muted.
Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. The question is, hello?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Which is the best option to invest for short-term investment? The question is from Mr. Ram Prasad.
Yeah, the question short means how much short, madam?
You can indicate for you what we can consider how much short.
Yeah,
Is less than 1 year or more than 1 year?
I will tell you. We have funds where one can invest even for one single day. Today you invest, tomorrow you take. Yes, we have. So 15 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. We have some short-term funds they're called. They will deliver,
you mentioned
they will deliver 2% more than the bank interest. Bus. They are debt funds.
I mean to say more on like less than 5 years.
Less than 5 years? Yeah, less than 5 years cannot be a short term, sir. 5 years
you mentioned, sir, it is
term.
SIP. SIP is the best option for the more than 5 years.
A minimum of 5 years would be the best, and you can expect a minimum of 12% return. Annualized return of 12%. And I always advise 5 years minimum for a SIP.
Okay. Madam, you can take one more question.
So we will take one more question.
Last question.
Yeah. So would you like to suggest on best 3 to 4 sectors to go on so that the risk can be avoided? The queries are there, at least for next 10 years, for a long-term basis.
Yeah. Cyclicals will be doing very well when the economy is good. So now the selling is happening since last 1.5 months. This is only a profit booking, because the valuations are very high. The prices have gone up like anything. So this is only a correction. So our economy will do, and global economy also will do. Now the platform is ready. So all the things are very, very favorable. So it will do well for a very long period. So you can invest some money in real estate and infra sector, some IT also. Even IT is evergreen. It is only a correction. IT stocks and all touched 52 week. Now there is a correction. See, I was talking about good management. You invest in some Tata Group companies like TCS, Tata Elxsi, Tata Power, Tata Motors. Tata Motors, they have a very good EV plan. So next future is going to be the era of electric vehicles. So I suggest Tata Motors. Then you can invest in Mukesh Ambani led Reliance Group companies, and you can invest in Adani Ambani companies. Some
Thank you.
So
Okay.
one
Yeah.
query is to Mr. Rao ji. Would you like to suggest similarly some 2 to 3 good sectors in the domain of mutual funds? Your any take-home message or advice to invest for?
Yeah, one can think of infrastructure funds. And the other one is value funds, we call it. The name of the fund is Value Discovery Fund. And another one is India Opportunities Fund. And then we have a business cycle fund.
Thank you. So I can see President KVS has raised his hands. Over to you, Mr. President.
Sir, I just wanted to have your advice. Who are the most successful stock market advisors today in India, whom we can blindly follow and reduce the risk to our portfolios? I mean, just to follow their tips. Because there are too many of them, we don't know whom to follow.
you can follow Mr. Rakesh Junjanwala,
Okay,
who is a very, very successful man.
correct.
And again in the stock market, when we invest in 10 stocks, 3 stocks may perform extraordinarily. Some stocks we may lose totally, and in 6 stocks we may make moderate profit. But still, it will be on profit side only. The return will be very high.
Okay.
Return will be very high, and follow your own systematic investment plan.
Right, sir. Thank you. And how to avoid?
And don't go for leveraging.
Okay.
Don't borrow and invest unless you yourself are an expert.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Sanjukta.
Be optimistic cautiously.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjukta. You can sum up, and then we'll request Ram Prasad to give out of thing. Unmute yourself, Dr. Sanjukta. Yes.
Thank you very much to both the speakers. We have learned a lot from both our speakers on both the areas or domains. One on stock market. Here, Mr. Ravi Kumarji has explained us. Of course, everyone is interested to invest in stock market, but it is highly unpredictable sector. So how one can take precautions to reduce the risk. Of course, though it is not possible to make it zero, at least reduce the risk and how to go ahead. And he has also clearly indicated the type of investment one can go for. One is defensive. Those who are not that much prone to take higher risk, they can go for the defensive ones, and the other ones who are ready to take risk, they can go for the cyclical or the. And he has also mentioned in the different sectors, short-term and long-term plan details. And similarly, he has also updated us what are the career sectors, career opportunities in the sector in stock market, and what are the qualifications required. And moving on to our next speaker, Mr. Mrityunjay ji also has given us a very good understanding about the mutual fund sector. He has clearly indicated us how it is important to go for different types of investment, including in health sector, in terms, in SIP, and how to choose your sector and go for the short-term and long-term investments in mutual fund sectors, and how one can avoid the risk or a plan in such a way that they can create the money or wealth in this sector. So we learned a lot from both our speakers. We got very good questions from all our audience, and they could clarify our queries. And they have also indicated that how to get the information and the learnings to invest in these sectors, and what are the sectors, important sectors to go ahead, at least 2 to 3 sectors they have indicated us, the good sectors to go for the investment in mutual fund and the stock market. So thank you very much to both our speakers. It was a very informative session, and all the audience have really enjoyed and learned a lot from you. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much. So with this, we will be moving to the next session.
Yeah. Next session. Yeah. Our General Secretary or the Joint Secretary or the Treasurer who have got any announcements to make for the members, please do.
I'll be speaking on behalf of the Secretary. I'm Patro, KGK Patro, Joint Secretary. Good evening to all. We have had an excellent celebration of our Silver Jubilee year. We started with the Kartik Purnima celebration meet on 30th November 2020 and ended with the webinar on career opportunities in pharma and health sector on 12th December 2021. So during this 1 year period, our membership went up from 78 in October 2020 to the present strength of 90. Many spouses of EC members enrolled as life members at a concessional fee of rupees 3,500. Members would know that 5,000 is our fees, but during the Silver Jubilee year, we made it 3,500 up to for which the window was open up to 31st March. So our membership drive continues and hope to cross 100 with cooperation from all our existing life members.
I think I am not a member.
Actually, this is for the our own Kalinga Vysya, this ones.
Delhi residents and the surrounding areas. Delhi and
so this is for Delhi. That's what.
You are welcome. But you are welcome to become member, sir. We are open. The world is borderless technology, so you are most welcome to become member, sir. We have no difficulty.
If you recall, your AC body had planned for a number of physical gatherings and picnics. However, due to the pandemic, those had to be converted to webinars like today, except for one gathering at Jagannath Temple, House Cast, that was held on 7th November 2021 for midday prasad. 7. Then you would have noticed the new look Kalinga Vysya website, that is kalingavysyasamaj.com, and updation of the Samaj WhatsApp group, which has helped us immensely to communicate and disseminate information. We also now have a separate Google Groups email ID for the Samaj. While you would be receiving a complete report of the past activities in your WhatsApp post very soon, I would dwell upon the future activities planned this year. Your Samaj is compiling and collating documents for registering itself with the tax authorities to get ATG benefits for donations received. We hope this should fructify in the next 6 months if all goes well. In view of the interest shown by the youngsters, we will be starting a Kalinga Vysya Young Stars Club coordinated by one of the EC members. This would be open to the youth of the community above 15 years of age with an upper age limit of 25 years as on 1st January of this year. But exactly the rules are not yet been formed fully, but this will be coming up shortly. It is also proposed to come out with our next souvenir of the Samaj in this year. That's all from my side. Maybe Treasurer would like to add something more. Thank you.
Thank you, KGK Patro garu. All of the points are covered by KGK Patro garu, well and good. There is no such other kind of things are there. Thank you very much.
I need to add to what KGK sir said. I would want to inform all the members that we are already working on an app for the KVS, not only for the Delhi members, but our community persons across the world. So in a few weeks, the app should be ready, and we'll definitely share the details in the coming meetings, so that you have a directory at the click of a button on your mobile, and you also have connectivity across the world with all the Samajas, of our community, and other features like matrimonials and
okay.
Say that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We'll go to vote of thanks by Mr. Ramprasad Patro. Next slide.
Yeah. So
Dr. Ganesh Prishti has joined now, I guess.
Anyway, leave it to
Okay,
them.
carry on, Dr. Sir.
Yeah, he is out, so let him. So I'll do that part. So yeah, good evening to you all. So myself Ramprasad Patro and Secretary of to KVS Delhi NCR. So yeah, today we have got a really good opportunity to learn, about enhancing our financial stocks and inviting, Goddess Lakshmi after a long period of COVID quarantine of imprisonment. So on behalf of management committee, it is my honor and privilege to present our vote of thanks to all for successful conduct of this particular event. Thanks everyone, and our sincere thanks to the honorable expert speaker, Mr. Murthyunjay Rao sir, and Mr. Ravi Kumar, sorry, sir, for accepting our request for finding time in their busy schedule. Really. So they are kind enough to explain us the skills required for financial investments and mutual funds. So both of them have really brought laurels to our community in the last couple of years, and today they have opened the eyes of this gathering. So our team is really thankful to Dr. Sanjukta Subudhi, who has really acted as a perfect moderator. And also, I'm also indebted to Ms Swapna, for doing the entertainment part after this session. So in addition to this, my duty to thanks to each and every member of AC, Srinivas Kotni, our president sir, and GP Rao sir for their nice arrangement for this event, and each of and every member of the EC have really worked behind hard the scene for networking and within the outside of Delhi KBS. So lastly, I thank each and every participant who have really joined this web meeting pulled from every corner of the globe and encouraged us to go for the better and better virtual meetings. So I wish everyone a wonderful day and a successful year ahead. Thanks, everyone.
Mr. Ramprasad, if you don't mind, you continue the session because you are taking over the cultural program. You can introduce the artist.
Sure, sir. Thank you, GP sir, GP Rao sir. Nagaraj-ji, if you can just scroll to the next slide.
Yeah, before starting the other program, I would like to request all the members, whoever joined first time in this event, please note down your number, phone number in the chat box.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Ramprasad ji.
Yes, thanks, Ibrahim sir. So Swapna, I just want to introduce Swapna Rani Patro here, but she's already given one more performance before. So this is just a short introduction for her. Like she is really a B mechanical graduate from Odisha, and she worked as one of the board of directors within the reputed organization in Bangalore for many years. So before her love for music, pulled her really back to Odisha to pursue her career in the music industry. She holds a Sangeet Bisarad degree from Gaurav Mahavidyalaya, Mumbai in Hindustani vocals, and having really immensely been trained for India classical and vocal under Guru Sri Saroj Kumar Parida. So she has started, also winning many laurels from the young age. So Swapna has sung for air and Doordarshan channels since childhood days, and she has composed and sung 150 songs. So many of our songs are actually CDs are available in the market now, and nowadays in YouTube channel called Parichaya Team. So she won the gold medal and winner of the first TV reality show, that is Ranga Oranga, Ranga Anuraga of ETV channel, and was also the topper for the reality show Magical Voice of India 2016. And she is currently working in a management team with a reputed builder in Odisha. So in her non-office hours, she enjoy really spending time with the budding artists to help refine their singing and music skills, and coach them for their success. And despite of her hectic schedules, she continues to be an avid performer in many programs and across India, and has performed in many classical music concerts in Hindi, Odia language, and even Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and Bengali, etc. So I can say, this is a short introduction for her. There are a lot of things to say about her. But yeah, thanks, Swapna, once again, to accepting to join our program and to a short cultural program for us. Thank you, Swapna.
Thank you. So I'm in the spotlight now, I think. Yes.
Yeah, you are in the spotlight, and you can remove the slides.
I'll not waste much of time. That I'll start with a beautiful Odia bhajan for all of you who all are watching me and everybody. And thanks to everyone, all the distinguished guests and all knowledgeable person just present here in this beautiful forum. So I'll start with a beautiful bhajan. Hope it was clear and audible to all of you.
Yes, it was.
It was good, Swapna.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And before that, let me tell something that she has some plan, to tribute our Lata Mangeshkar ji also. So yeah, Swapna.
So my next song is again, yes, a tribute to our Nightingale of India. We are really unfortunate, and this beautiful song of Lataji, I'm going to sing for all of you. जहाँ चलेगा मेरा साया साथ होगा, तू जहाँ चलेगा मेरा साया साथ होगा, मेरा साया मेरा साया मेरा साया तेरा साया। जहाँ चलेगा मेरा साया साथ होगा, मेरा साया मेरा साया मेरा साया मेरा साया। Thank you. I hope you all are enjoying. I can't see anyone, or I am not able to hear anything. So is it okay?
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
Very nice, Swapna. Yeah.
Badhiya, badhiya.
So any more song you want to hear?
Of course.
Telugu song.
No. Let me try this. Beautiful Telugu song for you all. My pronunciation may be a little wrong. Thank you.
Swapna ji, excellent performance.
Thank you.
There is no language barrier for singers.
Thank you so much.
One more Odia, please.
Yes. Odia for you.
Thank you.
रही जाऊंगी खाली दासी बाबा तो चाहिए बंसी लो बिटो तारा तोड़ी राती पाऊंगी और लगाई मन मोरा आज तो बोलो माने ना 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 कहना से फूलो कहना कही दे नकरी महना समनाड़ी न कोई आहार पाठ नहीं सखी कोनी पही सखी कोनी दो नहीं हसीबो के भी कहना ना 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 कहना से फूलो कहना कही दे नकरी महना कहना से फूलो कहना कही दे नकरी महना।
स्वप्ना बहुत बढ़िया
बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया
माने बहुत दिन
मोर
पर
स्वर नहीं मो मत मोर स्वर पाउनी आपन केमिति कहबी धन्यवाद एते सुंदर वॉइस
अपना जी
बहुत दिन पर माने दूर देश रे रही कि मते ओडियाटा सुनिली आज बहुत भल लागला जी
छुआ वाला कथा मने पड़ची बहुत बढ़िया गीत बहुत बढ़िया गाइलो
स्वप्ना जी लग जा गले गा सकते हैं आप लग जा गले
बिल्कुल गा सकते हैं क्या हमारे पास
प्रेसिडेंट से रिक्वेस्ट स्वप्ना प्लीज
क्या हमारे पास टाइम है
आप जब तक गा सकते हो हमारे पास टाइम है स्वप्ना जी
ये तो लास्ट प्रोग्राम है जितना कर सकते हैं
नहीं मेरा मीटिंग है सर मैं 8:30 से यहाँ पे भी सुन रही आप सबको बट फिर भी give me just few seconds
जागले के फिर हंसी रात हो ना हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो लग जागले के फिर हंसी रात हो शायद फिर इस जन्म में मुलाकात हो लग जागले
Very nice, Swapna.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Super, super. So let me tell you, everyone, Swapna's brother, Uttam Patro, he has joined also from Sharjah. So Uttam, you want to say something about Swapna?
Yeah, she's a fabulous singer, and I'm really thankful to you and whole. I mean, I'm missing you all actually. I come to Sharjah, but I'm missing you all in Delhi. Means I'm missing the get together, and thank you very much. Means I have come to this forum and I listened to Swapna. That is my whole luck. Means you made my day. And means I almost missed the future first session. Anyhow, thank you very much, and I'm able to see you all also. You made my memories fully cherished.
Uttam, it is a pleasant surprise. We never knew that Swapna ji is your sister.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the reason why I highlighted. So yes, and Uttam also recently shifted to Sharjah. He has got a good opportunity over there, so he has moved to Sharjah from Gurgaon. Yeah, thanks, Uttam, for joining the session.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you.
So
thanks to all.
Any more demand from anybody?
Songs, not demand will be go on for
New Hindi song. That will be very nice. New Hindi song. Latest.
New Hindi song.
From, yeah.
I wanted to sing one, two paragraph of a patriotic song. So is it, am I allowed to do that?
Of course.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yep.
अंबर हेठा धरती वसदी इत्थे हर रुत हसदी हो किन्ना सोना देश है मेरा देश है मेरा देश है मेरा किन्ना सोना देश है मेरा देश है मेरा देश है मेरा देश है
I think this.
That's it. I wanted to sing this for you all.
Right. Any Pushpa song?
Pushpa song is everywhere in this world now. So please give me a break.
Yeah.
So I hope I can close my entertainment session here. And I hope you all enjoyed.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Swapna, for giving us time for this. And I think we are in the conclude session, Kotni ji. So over to you, Kotni ji and GP Rao sir.
Thank you, Swapna ji, and it was wonderful. We'll keep inviting you. You're muted. Yes, I think you can.
I'm really sorry, I was mute. I said thank you so much. I'm glad you have, and obliged that you have invited me.
No, it's our pleasure and our honor. Yeah. So I think the session can be closed. I mean, we can have informal interactions.
Yeah, it's now formally both the sessions are over with thanks to the nice artist Swapna joining us and making our evening very lively. So thanks everybody. So now what we'll keep the Zoom on for another 5 minutes. Anyone wants to talk or interact or wish each other, it's will be pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll keep the Zoom on for some time. Okay.
So Sanjukta ji, I would like to introduce really SN Patro sir to this forum.
Patro sir is there? Is he there, Dr. Patro? I think I can't see. I can't see.
He left already. Okay.
Okay, can't see. So anyone from outside Delhi, just see, recognize them. Like.
Please share your views and understanding about this event. Any suggestions also? Welcome.
Okay. I think we don't have anybody from outside. I can't see. Good to see Ashok joining from where? He's in Ahmedabad? Ashok?
No, I'm in Delhi.
No, Ashok Subudhi.
Sir, I am also in Ahmedabad now.
Acha, you are in Ahmedabad. Oh, okay.
Both of us are in Ahmedabad.
Okay. Srinivas?
Yes, sir.
Kotni, you may request Dr. Ramana. He comes every meeting. GV Ramana, Raigada.
Ha. GV Ramana Garu, Dr. Sir.
Hello, sir.
How are you, sir? And we would want you to say a few words, sir, to us. I mean, we really appreciate your effort.
Yes.
And it's a pleasure meeting you every time.
He encourages.
Yes.
Okay, sir. I really enjoyed the meeting today. It is very interesting to see that Dr. Sanjukta Subudhi, being a scientist, she has moderated the session. When I saw the message, that factor, I got it very much interested to see, and she has moderated it very nicely. Congratulations, Dr. Sanjukta
Thank you,
Subudhi.
sir. It was also a very good learning, and right from beginning, GP Rao sir was there with us under his excellent guidance, supervision. I thought, because to start with, I thought I'm a layman, I cannot handle it, but with his excellent supervision, I could
No.
also.
I only give some ideas, but you implemented very nice. Wonderfully.
I also want to thank my brother Mrityunjay Rao
Yeah.
for his wonderful talk, and also Mr. Ravi Kumar Korada for his, he has enlightened us on the stock, how to invest, and all these things.
Both the
Thank you,
gentlemen,
everyone.
it was such a depth of knowledge.
Yeah, both are, oh my goodness. They're so lot of depth.
Very clear articulation. I wish we had more time for them.
Yes. They both were superb. Actually, I can see Baratam Srinivas, our young man.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Baratam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your blessing. Good wishes.
Happy
anniversary, Barata Srinivas garu. Sir, thank you, sir.
Doctor, I also can see Dr. Ganesh Prusti and Uma.
Yes.
Right, sir, happy wedding anniversary, Dr. Prusti and Umaji.
Happy anniversary, sir.
Very happy anniversary.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Wish you both all the best.
आज हमने आपको डिस्टर्ब नहीं किया, डॉक्टर प्रुस्टी.
Actually, now I am traveling only.
नहीं हम समझ गए, तो इसलिए बोला कि नहीं आपका छूट है.
So nice of you, sir.
No, that was your birthday. I mean, your anniversary present. This program.
Yes.
Yeah, that is done by Sanjukta.
No, very nice one. Now, कन्या पूरा keenly observe कर रहे थे, देखा मैंने notes वगैरह ले रही थी, getting ready. Ram Prasad, always a great connect. He connects the world.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, अच्छा है, very good. चलो फिर then we'll close the session, being a Sunday. So,
thank you all.
Mrityunjay, thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Ladi.
Thank you. Good evening to all.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We'll close, huh? Okay. Thank you so much.